Welcome back everyone to PC Mazda Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2019 Grand Touring Reserve CX-5. Now this is the biggest evolution Mazda's had in the CX-5 in the past 3 years. This particular vehicle right here is going to be upgrading that regular 2.5 liter engine and slapping a turbo on it, bringing you up to 227 horsepower and 310 foot-pounds of torque at 2,000 RPMs. This also runs standard all-wheel drive. Now that's going to be your two major differences between this trim level and your Grand Touring trim level that's just one step under this. If you guys want to take a look at that trim, I'll link it up here in the upper right-hand corner. Now, if you'd like to take a look at any other Mazdas in our lineup, I'd appreciate it if you guys liked, subscribe to the video, and you'd be able to see any new trim levels that we put out. I plan on doing the signature later in the week and the changes in between each and every trim level. So let's go ahead and start getting around this vehicle, look at the exterior, interior, see what's different, what's new in it, and then take it out for a drive. We'll start at the front of the vehicle. That glass plating in the front indicates that it will have the iActive Safety Sense package. So that's going to be for your radar cruise control there. This trim level also comes with the fog lights built into the bottom there. The small LEDs on both sides of the vehicle. You get the 19-inch wheels on this. This was the redesign for 2019 versus the 2018 models that they ran for 2 years. This will have the auto closing mirrors when the vehicle is locked as well. Demonstrate that real quick. So they'll close in there when the vehicle is locked, and then unlock, they'll reopen again. Come to the back side here. You're gonna have that all-wheel drive badging with the CX-5 there. So of course that indicates you do have your all-wheel drive system on here. Backside spacing. It is the 60-40 split in the back. You can drop the center with that, left side, and then the right side there. You also do have the spare on the underside along with the base for the Bose surround system. I'll drop that tailgate there. It's just a button press. Now you can do that either on the key fob or there's a button in the front by the driver's seat, or of course that button on the back there. Keyless entry on the vehicle to get inside. So let's take a look. Now this interior is what's called the parchment coloration. It's near a white leather. There's a little bit of a off-white coloration to it. Now the Grand Touring Reserve is not going to have much of an evolution over the Grand Touring with the premium equipment package on the inside. You're still going to have your full Tft display, your heads-up display on the top there to project out your speed and navigation, stuff like that. You're also going to, this is the trim level that will standardize your heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel right there. Of course, you're going to, on that main screen up there, you're going to have your AM, FM, XM radio, navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's going to be a full touchscreen while the vehicle is stationary. While it's in motion, all your controls will go down here onto the dial. You're also going to have your electric parking brake and your auto hold system on there. So nothing drastically different on the interior versus the trim level just under this. Get into the back seat. AC vents into the back seat. That center armrest. Let's see if we can unseal it. This trim level standardizes the heated seats in the back, as well as the 2 USB ports as well. All right, we're gonna do a quick recap around the vehicle, make sure we covered everything, and then we'll take it out for a test drive. So just to recap, this is the Snowflake Pearl White Mica coloration. So it's going to have in that undercoat the metallic flakes through it, so the car just glistens when it's in the right light. And if it's really cleaned up and it looks really, really good. On the top side here, these chrome pieces are going to be your roof cargo rack, so you can get the vertical pieces. I'm sorry, the horizontal pieces, the crossbars, so that you can throw anything up on top of the vehicle. So let's go ahead and take her on out. So the full TFT display on the vehicle, that's going to be, you can display out the analog speedometer, your trip A, your trip B, then your lane departure warning system, your lane keep assist, and your radar cruise control. Turn down that AC so we're not overpowering the camera. So what we're going to do is we'll take it on out and we'll get the full extent of this engine and see just how much more powerful that 227 horsepower and 310 foot-pounds of torque is over that 185 horsepower and about comparable. I think it's 184 foot-pounds of torque. So first acceleration. Now it definitely has a more aggressive sounding engine, and I didn't even have to push down half as hard on the gas to be able to get it up to a comfortable speed. We'll flip it over into sport mode and we'll accelerate down this road here. Now you definitely get a little bit of pull when you start to accelerate with that. That's a lot of power for this, just this kind of frame on this car. But you can definitely feel where the all-wheel drive is going to kick in and assist with keeping traction with the vehicle. It does a fantastic job. This has the iActive all-wheel drive system, which helps predict any kind of slippage on the vehicle. So it's got a mountain of sensors throughout the car that senses that if, hey, my back right wheel is about to start spinning and not having traction, it's going to compensate for that in all the other tires. Now, it's not going to be all-wheel drive all the time, so that only, off of your MPG rating, only cuts off 1 mile to the gallon. Just because when you're doing your normal cruising like this, you're not going to have that all four wheels going at the same time. So year after year since Mazda went to this new body style, the CX-5 has been super quiet on the inside. This is pretty much the vehicle that they led there, kind of there where they wanted to just pack tons of insulation into the car. So you didn't get the road noise, there was no harshness, there was no vibration in the car. It just feels comfortable to ride and drive in this car. And it's super responsive too. Like right up here where I'm going to turn right, the car is going to listen. It's not floaty. It's not, oh, I've got to turn the wheel 3 times to be able to make a 90-degree turn. It's about 3/4 of a rotation and the wheel's back. That was another non-sport acceleration. It's super fun and sporty. It sounds nice. It sounds like I've got a heck of a lot more power under the hood than a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. Well, of course it has the turbo on it, but it feels fun. And I know I'm not eating up near as much gas as something like a V6 would be doing. This particular model here, once again, as I've said in videos before, I personally own a Grand Touring Reserve Mazda 6. Even though it's rated in your lower 20s, it's about 24 miles to the gallon that it's rated at. I personally, on city and highway driving, average about 28 miles to the gallon. But sometimes when it's like pure highway, I'm getting into the low 30s on my Mazda 6. So it's a big time just how you drive the vehicle and whether or not you've got a lead foot. But my biggest thing that I would say about this car, if you're torn between getting the non-turbo version and the turbo version, if you've got the extra money to do it, go to this car all day long. I love taking my Mazda 6 out on trips just because this engine, when you're out on interstates or something like that and you're trying to pass someone going 80 miles an hour, this car loves that speed range. Whereas if you're in the normal 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, you're going to feel a little bit of sluggishness in that higher speed range. No knock to the engine or anything like that, but it's just something you would have to expect in that smaller engine. Whereas this one just eats up that speed. And it loves sitting at like 80 to 90 miles an hour. It just feels comfortable. So all day long, if you've got the extra money to put into this one, if you're torn between getting a Grand Touring with the premium equipment package and this one here with the all-wheel drive and the turbo, go with this one all day long. Get this one. That's the best I can vouch for it. Thank you guys so much for your time today. I hope you liked the video. Give me feedback. I'd love to hear what you guys want to see, how I can tweak things up and change them and make it better for you guys. At the end of the day, this is something for you guys to be able to learn more about these vehicles, to make educated purchases when you're going out. Feel free to leave me questions in the comment section down below. I read every darn comment that I get. And I love to give responses. Anything I can do to help you guys out, please let me know. Once again, please like and subscribe to the video so you can see all future updates. Have a good rest of your day.